Hello, everyone, and welcome to our learning station on traditional and progressive notions of evaluation. Today, we are going to explore two different ways of evaluating learning: traditional evaluation and progressive evaluation. First, let us understand what evaluation means. Evaluation is the process of assessing how effective a curriculum, teaching method, or learning experience has been. It helps us find out whether students are achieving the intended learning goals and gives information about what can be improved. At this station, we will focus first on traditional evaluation. Traditional evaluation focuses mainly on measurement objectivity and measurable results. In simple words, it asks what has the student learned and how well can they demonstrate it in a test. This approach is often teacher-centered, where the teacher decides what students need to learn and how their learning will be assessed. Traditional evaluation commonly uses standardized tests, quizzes, examinations, and other formal assessments. One important feature of traditional evaluation is summative evaluation. Summative evaluation usually takes place at the end of a learning period, such as a unit term or course. Its purpose is to determine how well students have achieved the learning objectives. For example, students may complete a final examination, a term test, a standardized examination, a teacher-designed test, or a final project that receives a grade. The results are often used to give grades, marks, or certifications. Traditional evaluation also places a strong emphasis on knowledge acquisition. Students are often assessed on their ability to recall facts, remember information, understand concepts, and apply what they have learned. For example, a student may be asked to answer multiple choice questions about a topic, or complete a written examination to show what they remember. Let us look at some examples of traditional evaluation. Example 1, a student takes a standardized examination at the end of the school year. Example 2, a teacher gives a quiz after completing a chapter. Example 3, students sit for a final examination at the end of the term. In all these examples, the focus is mainly on measuring students' achievement through formal assessment. Now it is your turn. Look at the assessment examples placed at this station. Ask yourself, is this an example of traditional evaluation? If the assessment focuses mainly on tests, grades, marks, standardized measurement, or recalling knowledge, it is likely traditional. Discuss your answer with your partner and explain why you think the example is traditional. Quick challenge before you leave this station. Answer this question about a teacher who gives a final exam at the end of the term and uses the marks to assign grades. Which notion of evaluation does this represent? Answer: traditional evaluation. Why? Because it is conducted at the end of the learning period, focuses on measuring achievement, and uses quantifiable results such as marks and grades. Well done, you have now explored the traditional notion of evaluation, which focuses on measurement, standardized assessment, summative evaluation, and knowledge acquisition. As you move to the next station, think about this question: can evaluation be more than just tests and grades? At the next station, you will explore the progressive notion of evaluation, which takes a broader and more learner-centered approach to understanding learning and development. Remember, evaluation is not only about measuring learning, it can also help us understand and improve learning.